Rather than teaching beginning to end of each school day,
my teaching load is Tuesdays and Thursdays. I'm teaching a total of 6 semester hours over 2 classes.
And in between class time, we have office hours. We use that time for preparing for classes, for grading. We are supposed to be constantly staying
up to speed with what the latest discoveries are. So new archaeological evidence, changes in people's theories about how things were done and why people lived the way they did, and just making sure that I can teach my students the latest things. And then I also am expected to do my own research, and that's one of the reasons why I wanted to be a professor, is so that I can discover new things.
To my right, the camera doesn't show it, there's a full shelf of books. There are, I think, 14 now, of which I'm either author or co-author, editor or co-editor, and then there's probably another 30 or 40 volumes in which I'm a participant.
The great pleasure of teaching is that it's new and fresh, and that it changes every day. So I can go into class and have a wonderful class and be really happy about it, and that lifts my spirits for that day and the next day, and I can make connections with the students. That lifts my spirits for a long time. But the research is what keeps me going over the long term.
Put it this way, Quentin, that it's possible for people like me, no matter what their field, to learn everything we possibly can about something that we think is really interesting and society thinks is important. And then when we've done all that, we push it further and learn more and try to share what we've learned. That's the job.
Mm-hmm. And that's one of the reasons why I wanted to be a professor, is so that I can discover new things. And I don't do excavations myself, but I love analyzing material as soon as it's dug out of the ground. So new mummies, new artifacts, new statues, new inscriptions, whatever new stuff I can get my hands on.
Plus, we have a lot of committee assignments at a college or university, and they vary. So, for example, when people go up for promotion, there are university committees that look at their promotion portfolios, their collections of material, to see if they have done enough work, if their teaching is good enough to be promoted to the next level. Sometimes there are special committees or task forces created for special purposes. So at one point, I was on a task force that looked at fraternity and sorority recruitment practices.
And then there's a certain amount of boring administrative stuff, where I have to fill out forms and do paperwork and photocopy things, and that's not so much fun. But it's important because, someone has to keep everything running so that you can, the classes work and so that the research works.
And on days when I'm not teaching and when I'm not in committees, then I sit down and I try to, as I said earlier, learn more and push the field itself.